Hey everyone, Sweet Johnny Cage here. Welcome back to the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade episode Intermission Yuffie DLC full playthrough walkthrough. This is part 2, where we're going to go through all of Chapter 2 and finish the DLC. So it's a 2-part walkthrough. If you've never joined me for these walkthroughs before, this is a Let's Play style walkthrough where I am recording as I play and as I talk, so it's kind of live. You may hear a little bit of background noise, but I do my best to clean all that up. Okay, so starting off, I am at level 29 with Yuffie, level 28 with Sonon. My setup with Yuffie is I have the Steel Reaper, Heavy Duty Bracer, Supernatural Wrist Guards, and then my Materia is Healing and Magnify linked together. I should put something else in here now that I've leveled up this weapon. I guess we will use an HP up, why not? And I have First Strike, Assess, and Steal. And then, of course, the Ramuh Summon. For Sonon, I have the Indurate Staff, Heavy Duty Bracer, and Kindred Cord. And then for his materia, I have Item Master, Auto Cure, MP Up, Lightning, Parry, First Strike, Provoke. Parry is really just here to like level it up. You don't ever control Sonon, so he can't really use this materia. Unless he does it automatically, and I've never realized. But yeah, so that's kind of it. I'll show you where my weapons are, just to kind of give you an idea of the cores, where we left off last time. So this is the first core, the Steel Reaper core. Second core, I just have Thievery right now. And I'll tell you right now, with the remaining cores, I'm primarily just going to be putting points into attack power. That's really all I'm ever going to be focused on. You cannot finish leveling up these weapons completely until you go all the way through hard difficulty. So you want to be smart in how you're prioritizing your stats while you're playing in normal difficulty. So for the Indurate Staff, or Endurate, I'm not really sure how you pronounce that. 2 attack power upgrades there, 2 attack power upgrades there, and that's it. Okay, so with that out of the way, here in the Sector 7 slums, we are technically still in Chapter 1, but I have completed all of Fort Condor. I've completed all of Fort Condor. I've completed the Happy Turtle newsletter side quest. I have defeated Ramuh to get the summon materia. I've done everything in Chapter 1, so it is time now to proceed to Chapter 2. So once you're ready, make sure you've done everything you want to do, including all your Fort Condor opponents, all your side quests, Chally. Make sure you do all of that before you exit Chapter 1, because you cannot come back here until after you finish the DLC. So just keep that in mind. Alright, so what we're doing now is we're running to the train station. And funny enough, I actually just want to check something really fast. I don't know if this will work, but I'm wondering if you can get back to the factory area. Whoa, you can. Oh, this is pretty cool. I didn't know you could do this. I wonder how far you could go down here. Sorry, I'm just sort of exploring this myself. Wow, this is quite interesting. I wonder if you can go all the way to the end. Okay, you know what? I'm interested in this. So here's what we're going to do. I am going to proceed down here. If you don't want to watch this, just check the timestamps in the description and skip to the next part, because I want to see how far we can go here. I've never done this. So there's probably going to be a few forced combat encounters that we will have to deal with, but I am so curious. It doesn't exactly surprise me that you can do this, because there are some items that are missable here. So, yes, it doesn't super surprise me, but it does a little, I guess, because I just never thought you could come back here. I figured this fence locked off. So this would be nice. We can grind up a little bit, I guess. Yeah, hit level 30. Go ahead. Interesting. Okay, so... Wow, I am, like, truly shocked that this is even possible here. This is really cool. It's nice, too, because you get to do this at, like, a different time of day, you know?
Bet I can finish him off first.
Ooh, perfect blocking right there. This is pretty interesting. I'm shocked. I never knew you could do this. But yeah, you get to sort of view this at a different time of day, which is quite nice. Alright. So I'm not going to, like, go searching for every single combat encounter. I'm really just going to see how far we can go with this. I have a feeling maybe it stops at the big conveyor belts. That would make the most sense. Just because, like, there's no, like, super important items after that point, you know? But let's see. Wow. Okay. Yeah, let's give it a shot here. Let's see what happens. Okay, we just skip right along. I was about to just take a drink, so... That's pretty nice. That actually saves a lot of time, because believe it or not, that kind of wastes time, if I'm being honest. It just takes so long. Interesting. Yeah, this is sort of skipped with a cutscene here, so this is kind of neat. And then we go through here. Okay. Cool, man. This is interesting. Alright, storage depot. You can get some like cool photo mode screenshots here at a pretty unique time of day. This is nice. I'm like shocked. I'm like so surprised you can actually do this. Okay, right, yeah, this is all in position here, just like I left it. Okay. Oh, instead of hold your horses, he said hold your chocobos. That's pretty funny. Da-da, da-da-da-da-da. Okay.
That's the spirit.
Alright. Homeboys here. I forgot what to do here against this guy.
Your move.
Wanna beg for mercy? Nice one. Ready?
You called?
Let's do this.
Got your back.
I'm unstoppable.
Switch over to wind for this guy. It's not necessarily weak to it, but it can cause him to kind of... It will build his stagger meter a decent amount. Yeah, just like that. And we can do...
Get your butt over here.
Synergize Windstorm. Build up that bonus. And then just sort of go nuts on him here. Oh, let's go ahead and banish him. Probably kill him with that. Close. There you go. Okay. Get some good materia levels. I took barely any damage from that. That was pretty great. Go ahead and hit the switch. Da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, come up here. Alright, come over here. Man, this is so cool. I'm just shocked you can do this. I just wonder where it ends, you know? Like, because normally this ends with the boss fight. Obviously the boss is dead. I doubt you can challenge it again. I'd be, like, very surprised.
How you like this? Let's do this.
You called?
Hold on tight. Let's fly. Here goes down. Ready for it.
Alright, that's that. Man, this is incredible. I kind of wonder if anybody's done this. It's kind of naive to think they haven't, but still, pretty cool. Because the game really just, like, never indicates you that you can do this. So this is really interesting here. Okay. So now we're gonna fight the chicken again? I wonder if it's actually there, because that was preceded by a cutscene the last time we fought it. So I don't know if we actually have to fight it again. If we do, no big deal. It's easy enough to kill. Nope. Skip right over it. Okay. Interesting. So I guess that is considered a boss or a mini-boss. I believe it actually gives you a manuscript when you kill it on hard mode, so that makes sense. Alright, this was the note from Zygia. Okay. Press this button. Cool. Alright. Yeah, I guess this just allows you to, like, pick up any materia you might have skipped or anything. God, this is so great. I don't know, I just love doing stuff like this where you kind of go back to an area late and, you know, maybe discover something new or sort of, like, break a boundary or something. Like, that stuff's just always exciting to me. So this is pretty cool. This also gives us a little bit more content, honestly, because Chapter 2 is pretty short. Although, we can actually do the mini-games in Chapter 2, and I should include that as part of the walkthrough. Okay, so no guards. We're basically at the end here. Let me rest, just in case we find something crazy. Alright. I'm assuming we're going to get some sort of dialogue option that just says, do you wish to return? I would hate if we have to take the actual long way back. Oh no, do we? Do we have to take the long way back? Oh no. Oh, it kind of stinks. Man, that's unfortunate. I feel like it should give you a little dialogue option to go back automatically. Ugh. Alright, well. We know now. We know now what we did not before, so you do have to just take the long way back. Oh well, it was only 10 minutes. Huh. Okay, well. That's a bit of a bummer. I'm surprised they don't... Yeah, I'm very shocked that after all that, they just don't give you a dialogue option to go back. Because, you know, when you trigger that cutscene, you trigger it, like, when you go down the first staircase. So they could have just left the teleport kind of dialogue trigger. They could have put it all the way at the bottom of the stairs, because you never actually go there. But, whatever. All good. Oh, I was like, is there no switch? Are we actually totally stuck? That would have been, like, crazy. I would have just reset. Ah, well. It is a bit of a bummer. Maybe everything else stay dead and we can just run back without being interrupted. It's not the end of the world if it's not. It's a free grind, I guess, but... I really love Yuffie's music. I love the music in this DLC. It's fantastic. It all just sounds so good.
Bet I can finish him off first.
Yeah, I'm just gonna run. Oh, do they follow? No. Yeah, I really don't feel like fighting everything again. I mean, it's a free grind, but at this point, there's no reward in it. So, just gonna skip it. Oh, we have to flip it up here, I guess. I've never done this backwards, so... Right. It's funny, the wolf was gone. Like, everything else is respawned except for that wolf. I wonder if that's also considered like some sort of mini-boss or something. Well, man, you know, they do that because there are a couple of Fort Condor pieces locked back here, so they probably don't want to make them completely missable, which I understand. But again, just having that teleporter there would be so helpful. It is nice to see this area at dusk, though. I always like seeing things at different times of day. Playing Bloodborne in different ways allows you to do that. You can do things in slightly different orders. After you defeat Father Gascoigne, you can go to Hemwick Charnel Lane before doing Cathedral Ward, or before killing Vicar Amelia and transitioning things to nighttime. And then things look a little bit different there. And I actually think that the Mad Ones, I think they're called, the Soot enemies, don't appear during the daytime. So, a little Bloodborne tip for you. If you decided to hang out during this little... I guess we'll kill these things.
Got it.
Oh, that was easy.
Best there ever was.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, anyway, a little Bloodborne tip for anybody who decided to stick around for this little excursion. Okay. I guess we'll kill these guys too. I just didn't want to get caught up with the wolves. It'd kind of take forever.
Why did bother?
Okay. Going back to the train station. Okay. So, for anybody who decided to skip past that part, I will tell you there's nothing over there. I was debating playing a mean joke and saying, oh my god, this crazy secret boss, but there's nothing down there. It's just in case you miss any of the Fort Condor items. You can go back and get them, but if you do that, you have to go back the long way, like I just did, so. Yeah, okay, so going into Chapter 2, Sonon will stop you and say, I don't think we'll be coming back here anytime soon. You sure you want to go? We say yes, and then we proceed to Chapter 2. I'm going to skip the cutscene because it's quite long. And you're here for guidance, not necessarily to watch the game. Alright, so Chapter 2, we start off in Shinra HQ. So once it loads up, this is basically a big dungeon crawl. There's a decent amount of like lore here in Shinra. You do get a cool set of cutscenes. You get some context for what's going on. But ultimately, this is like the dungeon portion of the DLC. All right, so I do need to mention here, this is the Shinra Combat Simulator. This is not available on normal difficulty. This only opens on hard mode. Actually, I should correct myself. This only becomes available when you unlock Chapter Select. So this will never open in your first playthrough. It'll only open if you select Chapter 2 from Chapter Select. So don't worry about that for now. There are 3 VR missions, one of which has a trophy associated with it. Just keep that in mind. Okay, so I'm actually going to mute this here because there's just a lot of talking that you cannot skip. Scarlet is going to show up here, and we're basically going to have to do a bit of a combat challenge. A little bit of a gauntlet. And you can see here that there are some slug rays on the walls and on the container there, so they're going to come after us. So while we're waiting, let's just break some boxes. Get some items. I don't actually think any of these contain items. Maybe they contain... Okay, there's one. It made a liar out of me. Alright, so there's Scarlet. Just you people are deadly boring. Again, I'm just muting this because it's kind of hard to talk over it and think at the same time. But basically, now that we're in Shinra, more or less every single enemy, with very little exception, is going to be weak to lightning because it's all machines. So just keep that in mind. And then once the combat starts, we'll unmute. We'll get some... Get a sweeper. So again, go ahead and use your lightning ninjutsu. That's more or less all you're going to use the whole time. And then now that we're actually synergized, we should use Synergized Windstorm. Okay. And then let's go ahead and build this stagger. Use Synergized Windstorm again to just kind of keep things moving here, and then just go ahead and attack and just blow up the sweeper really fast. And then that is actually also going to destroy any slug rays around it. Alternatively, you can just target the slug rays manually and take care of those, but it's just easier to AoE them down. Alright, so mono drives can be a little annoying. They can shield themselves if you let them go for too long, and then basically they have magic shields and physical shields, so if they're immune to one kind of damage, attack them with the other to break through the shield. But just it's a little annoying to deal with. Actually, it's actually easier to deal with it with Yuffie than it is with Cloud, because Yuffie has elemental attacks, whereas Cloud kind of doesn't. Alright, so now we got some slug rays, and you want to attack the ones that have... Oh yeah, see, the ninjutsu resets because the combat actually turns off. So you want to attack the shock ray first, because that is the one that sort of like attaches to the slug ray. Oh god, come on. Come on. There we go. Just wanted to get closer, this way I can get some space from the other shock rays. Alright, so... Jeez. Thank you. There we go. Let's just take these down again. Lightning-based attacks are the way to go. And then you can quickly stagger them down. Alright, so we just level up to regen there, which is nice. So go ahead and cure during the downtime.
And for being such good sports.
And now Scarlet lets us leave.
Why did I ever think for a second she'd be nice to us? She knows damn well it's gonna be a pain in the ass getting up there.
Okay, so it's not really that much of a pain. We just gotta knock down the container. And then Sonon will come over and give us a boost. Man, look how good Yuffie looks, man. This power of the PS5, bro. It's crazy. Come on. There we go. Alright, so we knock down the ladder. And then we can keep on moving. Alright, skip the cutscene. And then we can just proceed right along.
Oh, Materia, where are you?
Get some MP back. Go into this room here. And this is sort of like a puzzle room that just keeps building on itself. And so, what we have to do... Can I skip this? Yes, I can. Oh, shock troopers, forgot about them. Shock troopers are actually weak to fire, believe it or not. So, I think it's because they're more human than they are machine, which is kind of funny. It's like the Terminator. Well, not really, but you get the idea. But humanoids are weak to fire, generally, so just keep that in mind. Humanoids are weak to fire. Weird humanoids are kind of weak to ice. Oh my god. Oh, what did I just do? How far back is that going to send me? It auto-saves. Okay, thank god. Wow, I just got to redo that last battle. I was not paying attention to what I was doing. Oh boy, that could have been awful. Anyway, so humanoids are generally weak to fire. And then, like, beasts are usually weak to ice. There are some humanoids that are weak to ice, but they're sort of like beastly humanoids in a way. Those come later. What is happening? Please throw the ninja star, Yuffie. Press triangle. There we go. Great job. Okay, we're just gonna synergize with Sonon and just end this. I don't know why the first battle went so well and these just went horribly. There we go. Okay. Great. So let's... Oh, that's so weird. Usually it just pauses. It doesn't give you a return to title screen option. Okay. So what we're going to do is we need to choose a side and then walk up. And then we need to find the computer.
Talk about hitting the jackpot. This must be where they make their materia.
Okay, come on.
But they're not what we came for. Let's keep moving.
So we got to find the computer, and then that sort of opens things up. And turning on this computer, if you look closely, you can see a gate coming down on either side of the big fan. That gate is going to be our ladder. They don't do a wonderful job explaining it. Yuffie sort of gives a hint, but it's like hard to tell what just happened. All right, so we get the ninja cannonball materia, which is actually kind of fun. So I recommend putting that on either Yuffie or Sonon. Doesn't really matter. Yeah, let's just change out parry and use ninja cannonball. So if we press R1 and triangle with some ATB up, we get some new moves, some new synergy moves. I don't think you actually have to be synergized, though. Do you? While synergized, yes you do. Okay, that's good. So yeah, you basically get to do some new fun ninja moves. But don't forget to loot the materia out of the green cylinders while you're here. So you get steadfast block there, and we got another one on the other side. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can pop up here. There's a little arrow on the ground. It was hard for me to see the first time. And then we can use this gate as a ladder. Okay. Great job.
Weird. Not even a whiff of materia up here.
And there is a chest over here. Be sure to open this. Get a ribbon, which is like the best accessory in the whole game. So be sure to put that on somebody. Yeah, let's go ahead and put it on Yuffie. It's helpful. There is a boss later on that will cast Toad on you, so you want to be able to avoid that. Alright, so once we're in here, there's another chest here. And basically what we're going to do is we're going to keep looping around as we go higher and higher. And then that will... What are these guys? Are these guys weak to fire or ice, the soldier guys? These guys are weak to fire as well. Alright, actually let me show you the cannonball. So you press R1 and triangle, you get the cannonball, which just sort of like tosses Yuffie into opponents, which is fun. And use our synergized windstorm here. Alright, yep, stagger both of them, then just keep mashing square, and then eventually they'll go down. Alright, there we go. Okay, so... I don't think there's any benches coming up anytime soon. Even if there is, it doesn't matter on normal difficulty. Let's go ahead and cure a couple times. Okay, and then once you're ready to move on, proceed up here. And then, right, great. Oh boy. We're gonna come down here, and then we just gotta hop over a couple of little switch things here. Some cables. Great. And then so this enemy is really interesting. The way this enemy works is a core will come out, and you need to steal the core in order to stagger the enemy. If you don't have the steel materia equipped, it's not going to make it impossible, it just will really drag out the fight. So make sure you have the steel materia equipped. Okay, so he's going to cast Core Overdrive. That causes the core to be exposed, and then we can steal it. And then there you go. And then we can just sort of go nuts on him. You will always be pressured without a core. And then go ahead and synergize. Use Synergize Windstorm, and then go ahead and use the Synergize Art of War. And then you'll drop him really fast. Okay. Then he will eject, and when he's doing this, you need to get away from him. Sonon doesn't always get the memo, but then you wind up getting just the Enhanced Magic Trooper. And then if you're lucky, you can sort of lift him off the ground with your attacks, and then he becomes a lot easier to deal with. Otherwise, he'll sort of like skate around the area and then just kind of annoys you. But once he's in that form, after he gets out of the armor, it's pretty easy. All right, so this is Sonon's final weapon here. This is the Jin Staff. So go ahead and equip that. Trying to make sure. Yes, we did learn this ability. So great. So now we get Insight off of this one, but again, don't forget to level it up. Alright, you can see here that we have 3 cores. So I'm just going to check. Auto Remedy is really important. Okay. So then we're going to go back here and we're going to do Incendiary Limit Breaks. Okay, and then we have Attack Power. Let's do Attack Power plus 6. Kind of just drop our points in there, and then we'll do both plus 5s here. Nope, that's Magic Attack, Attack Power. Great. Okay, so that's the way I prefer to level up the Jin Staff myself, but you do what you want to do. Okay, and then don't forget to use Provoke just to learn it. And we're back in this big room. So the process remains the same for the most part. Just activate the computer, it drops a security grate, and then we use that as a way to get around. Before we do all that, however, I'm going to attempt to play through both of these minigames really fast. So this is, if you play the main adventure, this is Whack-A-Box, but with Yuffie. And so we can touch this computer, and then we have to go through the Whack-A-Box course and get a certain amount of points. This way we can get the rewards. So the first one is basic training. And we need 20,000 points in order to get these 3 pieces of materia. ATB Assist, ATB Boost, and ATB Stagger. So the way this minigame works is pretty simple. Orange boxes will take extra physical damage, so regular attacks break those. Purple boxes take more magic damage and have high defense of... So basically you have to use physical attacks on orange, magic attacks on purple, and then the red boxes add 10 seconds to your timer, and then there are 1,500 point boxes scattered around, and there's various ways to deal with those. So I'm going to explain it as I go. I think it's hard to... You got to move really fast in these things, so... I just noticed that the materias are here. That's so funny. Anyway, so basically what we're going to do is we're going to utilize Yuffie's like sort of hidden combat traits, where if you press triangle to throw your shuriken, you can press triangle again to fly to that shuriken to retrieve it. And when you're doing that, you deal massive damage to whatever you're colliding with. So you can use that to whip around as well as break chunks of boxes at a time. We're also going to use the windstorm trick, where you throw your shuriken onto a box or an enemy or whatever, and then you cast windstorm on that same enemy and it deals bonus damage. So those are the 2 tricks we're going to be using here. So basic training really is not that hard once you know those tricks. Yeah, and then Art of War is something we're also going to be using. Well, maybe not. I might change it up. Okay. So we're going to turn right here, see if there's anything tucked here. Yeah, there is. Okay. There we go. Okay. Let's go ahead and toss, cast Windstorm. Great. Windstorm on that. Go ahead and hit. Oh, come on, dude. I hate... Oh, God, Yuffie's targeting is, like, the worst. Okay, so we're just dealing shuriken damage to these boxes, building this up. Okay, toss it over here. Go ahead and use Windstorm. Great. And then this is here. Don't forget to break this box. These three here. Alright. And then we're canceling animations with her roll just to kind of move around more quickly. Okay. So with these, we're going to cast Windstorm here just to break all of that. We build up some ATB here. Cast Windstorm again. Okay. Go ahead and toss these here. Break all these. Nope. Didn't want you. So building all this up here. Oh god, dude, come on with it. I can't stand this. Alright, we're gonna cast Windstorm again. And then that actually breaks a whole lot of boxes for us. And then we've basically exceeded it, but I'm gonna try to beat it. Okay. Alright. Great. Got our 10. And there's another time box tucked here. Oh, dude. Oh my god, I can't believe we're about to actually do this. Oh, okay, well, 28,000 is not bad. I didn't know where things were in that, so that's okay. Okay, so we got 28,000. We got all that materia out of these 3 cylinders, and now it's time for soldier training. So I'm going to tell you right now, I have a full guide for soldier training that really goes in depth of explaining these strategies. So if you want more help with that, I'll put a link to that in the description below. You can go there. I'm going to give this a couple tries, see if I could do it again. I've only actually done this once. But you get really great materia for doing soldier training. Alright, so starting off, we're going to go to the right. Couple boxes there. Go ahead and fly. And then we're just mashing triangle. Okay. Hit that with a Windstorm. Oh god, it hit the wrong box. Son of a bitch. Okay. Now I've sort of wasted a lot of time here. Okay, go ahead and cast Windstorm here. And then keep mashing triangle to just deal tons of damage to this box. It should blow eventually. Great job. Okay. Same thing here. Windstorm that. Great. Come on. There you go. Get an Art of War on here. Ugh, dude, come on. Okay, and I'm actually going to come over here and deal with this because there's actually some time boxes tucked back here. So let's go ahead and toss this. Go ahead and cast a Windstorm. It's going to blow up. Oh, okay, I guess not. So I'm going to grab this time box here just to kind of help myself. Okay, great. Okay. I might give this one more try just to see if I can actually make it happen. Yeah, let me give this one more try. If not, I'm really not going to worry about it because the materia here is not anything I'm going to use in this playthrough. Yeah, so we'll just see how it goes. I kind of messed up a little bit. Yeah, I gotta like go back to my Art of War sort of strategy because I feel like that worked a little bit better.
You're gonna get what's coming to you. Get lost!
Over here. Build up ATB on this. Okay.
How you like this? Run like a chocobo?
Oh, what? Jesus Christ. Yeah, I'm really messing up there by like wasting time with that. I don't know what my deal is there. Okay, that's that. Over here. Art of War, this one. Okay. Windstorm here. So for some reason that's not blowing up any of the boxes around. So I'm gonna move over here. Yeah, it should have blown this box up here. So I'm gonna try this really fast. Okay, great. And then I gotta kind of change my strategy up to come over here first. Okay. And then we're gonna come over here and do a full banishment on this box. Okay, I don't really know why that didn't work. Come on. Yeah, okay. I don't really know why the full banishment didn't work. The banishment should have blown up all these boxes. I guess maybe you have to be in like a really specific position to make it work. So that's okay. Again, if you need help, just go check out the guide. Completing that challenge 100% gives you the EXP Plus materia, which allows you to level up really fast. So it's really, really powerful. But now that we have the computer activated, we can come over here. I'm honestly like a little annoyed that I didn't get that, just because the time that I actually did it, I completed it with 10 seconds to spare. So, kind of annoying. I think I'm actually missing a box, believe it or not, in there. Anywho, let's come over here. There's a piece of materia over here for us to get.
About helping us? That it was necessary for building a brighter future. What did she mean?
Well, you know how it is between
Alright, so instead of like going all the way down, what we can do is just come back around.
someday, but
Oh, actually we can't. We should go all the way down.
parties put their differences aside and avoid a conflict. That's what I got out of it anyway.
Figured as much.
Okay, so now we're gonna go to the right.
I don't know what they were Instructions.
I want to try this one more time. Just want to try one more time. Because I sort of feel like I might be missing a time box somewhere. Oh. Oh, God, Yuffie, come on. I hate how she does that, man. Ugh, whatever. Nope. Not. Dude. Thank you. What? Okay. Okay, great. Down there.
Run like a chocobo?
I kind of messed up.
And the fury of the burning seas.
I'm gonna try this one more time. I've really messed up there by not getting in between those boxes.
Occupancy limited.
All right, try one more time. This is for real my last time. I just want to show you that it's possible in one guide, but I'm like trying to fly to that one. It's just like not working. It's just like taking far too long. Wow, I can't believe that actually worked. Come on. Thank you.
With the power of his providence.
Okay. Ugh, Yuffie. Swear to God. I really don't know like what's happening there that is not granting me the extra box. Like those time boxes. I don't know why it's not hitting. But that's kind of frustrating.
How do you like this? Run like a chocobo? Get lost! You're going down!
I'm gonna do this one more time. For some reason, it's just not doing the windstorm. Maybe I need to just do a regular windstorm cast and not like that big AoE thing. I think that might be the problem. Okay.
With the power of his providence. You're gonna get what's coming to you.
On down.
Get lost! Nuh-uh! Run like a chocobo! Got you now!
Great.
Get lost! You're gonna get what's coming to you. How you like this? You're going down! Gotcha! Get lost!
Yes, that was it.
You're going down! Run like a chocobo! You're going down! Got you now!
Nope, come here.
Get lost! Gotcha! How you like this? Get lost! With the power of his providence!
Okay, come through here. Through here.
Get lost! Gotcha!
Oh, I know what happened. Alright, hopefully I can do this quick enough. Nope. Oh well. That's annoying. So what was happening was I didn't have the complete level 2 banishment. I only had one ATB when I was using it. So you basically just have to like really time your ATB there very well, which I wasn't doing. So I'm not gonna keep wasting time with that. That takes a while. So all right, moving on. We're coming up here. We're skipping this cutscene, and then we just gotta move over here and throw our shuriken up there to drop this platform. Oh man, that's so frustrating. I was really hoping that like doing this full walkthrough, I could just like blaze through that because I had done it already, but it really is just a hard challenge. So go ahead and check out my guide for that in case you need help. But a few more attempts I would have had it, but I don't want to waste any more time with this. Okay, cool. So now that we're up here, let's go ahead and walk through this door. There is a grenadier here, and you really want to take him out first because he throws grenades. So it's kind of in his name. You know the reason why you want to take care of him. This guy throws grenades too, but we can easily dodge those.
Let's do this!
Got it.
I was trying to just use Insight. Okay.
That's the spirit boss.
Alrighty, go through here, turn around. Then we're actually going to have a somewhat difficult fight here in a moment. So we're going to have two of those armored dudes with like the big cores that we got to steal. So once you come in here, go ahead and skip this cutscene. And now we got to bring power to the room. So a door will have opened up on our left here. Yep. And then this is literally just going to bring us back into the big room. But now we have a computer.
Level 3 power grid online.
Okay, great. But there's nowhere else for us to go here, so it literally just sort of like activates the final elevator and kind of gives you all that, so don't have to worry about it. But now this room is powered up, so we can come in here and go to grab the materia. This triggers a cutscene, and then we're gonna skip the cutscene and go right into the fight with the two big guys. So just chill out until they bring out their cores. Being locked on in this fight actually isn't the best until you're like ready to steal. Alright, so this one just used core overdrive. Go ahead and steal that one. But you want to get on the floor in order to do it because Yuffie like won't always do it. Go ahead and mug the core. Oh, failed to steal. That sucks. That's embarrassing. Do it again. Jesus, third time's the charm. Okay, so we got the core now. Now we can just murder this guy here. Very good. Go ahead and kill him real fast. I was just avoiding that attack there.
Run like a chocobo.
Okay. So he's going to eject. You want to get as far away from that as possible. Use this opportunity to heal. And then you can... Yep. Just kind of get this guy going. He doesn't have a core, but he will also eject. So do the same thing. Just get away from him. Oh, God. Yeah, like being on different levels here, this is one of the few areas in Final Fantasy VII Remake where you're fighting enemies on different levels. And so it just like does not work very well. Alright, so this guy is going to die here in a second. We still have the other one. Yeah, the camera gets all crazy. Doesn't really know where you are, this and that. Okay, go ahead and skip this cutscene. Great. And now we can go through here. So, what we're going to do here is I'm actually going to mute because Scarlet's going to talk for a while. But basically, this is like a combat gauntlet where we get to choose our fate. So, I think there's 4 or 5 choices that you have to make, and then the fifth or sixth one is a boss, or a mini-boss of sorts. So when you get to the one remaining choice, where you only have one choice, that's it. That's like the last sort of little challenge. Okay, so go ahead and rest up. Great. And then I don't like fighting mono drives, so I select this one. They do change, though, so you do have to be careful. Sometimes you don't get good choices. So the platform moves. I think I'm actually going to get a drink on the next one. Alright, so this is the sweepers. So again, just use lightning ninjutsu and you're all good.
Beginning analysis.
Eventually, it will get pressured. And then what you can actually do is synergize and then use a synergized windstorm. And then that'll actually can very possibly pick up the other one as well. So if you get enough ATB, go ahead and do it again. And then just stop your synergy. And then you're kind of good to go. So this one's actually going to stagger here. That's very good. Go ahead and synergize again. Use your windstorm. Synergized windstorm is just so strong. It not only increases the stagger multiplier, but it even deals damage on its own, too. So that's really cool. There you go. All right, so that's the first one. Oh, actually, I have a lot of upgrade points. Thinking about it, I forgot to spend these. Again, we're just going attack power. I'm not really worrying about much else. Stagger siphon. This is a good idea. Oh, I don't have enough SP for that. Go and check out Sonon with the Jin staff over here. See what he's got. I'm gonna go ahead and wait on him. You don't have to use points for levels. You can wait till the next core opens up.
Select ordnance type to deploy.
All right, so now we can do the buzzsaw sweepers. This one is basically just as easy as the previous one.
Initiate ordnance deployment.
There is a bench after the mini boss, so don't worry about using items if you don't need to.
Subjects approaching test site.
Okay.
Test will begin momentarily. Beginning.
All right, it's the same thing. Go ahead and use your light. Oh, I didn't want to use windstorm. That was a mistake. You want to hit the blades. Yeah, you want to focus the cutter blades. left blade or right blade. These don't have a ton of health, so you're able to deal like really easy damage to them. And then that deals a decent amount of stagger to the boss. And then just go after the other blade, and then once the blades are done, the boss, or the enemy rather, will sort of get staggered, so go ahead and use your Synergized Windstorm to build up the rest of that meter. And then we're going to do it again, since we have the ATB. And then we can continue to build using just double elemental attacks, Synergized elemental attacks here. And then the cutter goes down. Alright, now we get another choice.
Analysis concluded. Continuing trial. Select ordnance.
Still don't like mono drive, so we're going to go with these guys.
Selection confirmed. Initiating ordnance.
Although mono drives in this challenge aren't too bad, but they just move around so much that they get their shields up before you can really do too much.
Subjects approaching test site.
Oh, PS5 Digital went up on Amazon 22 minutes ago. Been a while since I've seen those. Alright, so we got some slug rays here.
Beginning analysis.
You know what we're going to do? We're actually going to start off with a Synergized Windstorm. I'm not sure if this will actually hit, but... Oh, it does! Wow, that was great. I never thought to do that before. That worked out fantastic. Go me.
Shabby, Sonon.
Back at you.
Analysis concluded. Continuing trial. Select ordnance type to deploy.
Okay, so this guy is like a little motorcycle thing that is weak to fire, but is very hard to stagger. And then this guy is a little bit easier to deal with, but he can deal a lot of damage if you're not careful. So I'm going to go with this one. And then there should only be the mini-boss after this. Yeah. Alright, so again, this one is weak to lightning, but it will have blades coming out of its base at certain points. So when that's happening, you want to use your ninjutsu. Yep, just like right now. So when it's doing this, you don't want to waste any time with regular physical attacks. You only want to hit it with range. And then you want to make sure that you're keeping an eye on the toss retrieve icon, because you don't want to accidentally start meleeing the boss if you can help it. But now that it's over here, we can go ahead and synergize a windstorm and then deal quite a bit of damage. Do another one. There you go, and then you can just sort of go into it. Just keep an eye on the base, because eventually the blades will come back out. Yep, there we go. Oh my god, what are you targeting? Oh boy. So yeah, ultra high voltage will basically one-shot you.
What? You're gonna make me do all the work?
Alright, I'm going to use a Phoenix down just so we keep Sonon involved in the XP process here. Although, being honest, I don't actually know if... the... if you don't get XP if you die. I kind of don't know. Anyway. There we go. That's the moth unit. That's down. And then we just have the one final combat challenge left, so go ahead and use your MP, because the bench is coming up soon. Go ahead and cure everything. And then, yeah, once you only have one choice, that is the mini-boss. And then, believe it or not, this mini-boss sort of starts a gauntlet. Kind of starts the final gauntlet of the DLC. So after this, it's basically boss, regular combat encounter, mini-boss, and then final boss. So there's really not much left at all, but they are separated by lengthy story cutscenes. So, but yeah, it's just basically like 4 more combat encounters, and then you're kind of done. So this is Deathwheel. This is sort of like the same enemy as that I skipped before. It is weak to fire. However, it's only weak to fire. It only builds stagger, basically when oh god. It only builds stagger. Come on. It only builds stagger at certain points. Why is this happening? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to do a synergized windstorm just to try to like catch it. We may be able to flip it over by doing this. guess not. We'll try that one more time, because that dealt a lot of damage. Which is really helpful. Okay, let's do it again. Yeah, we got it. Okay, so that's the mini-boss there. Yeah, see, you gotta, like, flip it over, which really is not easy to do. I'm gonna mute this just because it's tough to talk over Scarlet, but basically what we're gonna do now is we're gonna take this elevator back up. There's gonna be a vending machine and a bench, and then we're going to fight the boss, or at least the first of 2 bosses. The boss is Scarlet and the Crimson Mare, which is basically a Magitek armor from Final Fantasy VI, which is really cool. And the general strategy for that boss fight is to kill the sentry guns and the machine guns or whatever that spawn in the room. Take care of those first, and then you want to attack Scarlet with fire spells, or fire ninjutsu at the very least. And then once her health bar depletes, the Crimson Mare will get staggered, and then you can go after the Crimson Mare with lightning attacks, and of course, you know, synergize Windstorm and that, and whatnot. And then the fight is literally that, just over and over and over, but Scarlet and the Crimson Mare get better weapons as the fight goes on, so you do have to deal with them differently. But on normal mode, it's really not that hard. Okay. Cool. Excuse me. Alright, so here we go. So starting off, there will be sentry rays scattered around. There we go. But be careful, because you do want to make sure that you block the Crimson Mare as it comes around. And then just toggle your targeting every so often, just to make sure that nothing else has kind of come up. Yep. Okay, so Flame Spire is kind of frustrating to deal with. Oh man, I'm getting like perfect blocks over and over. This is great. Whenever she casts Flame Spire, I think that's what it's called, you just want to check your feet. It's either going to spawn under you or Sonon. So there you go. So there's the pressure. And then you want to synergize here. You synergize Windstorm. Go ahead and use it again. And then you want to attack her and then change over to Lightning. But she will respawn. And then she will deploy these little machine guns. So you just want to throw your shuriken. Go ahead and use your ninjutsu on these things. But it is kind of difficult to like constantly target these things, because it'll go back to the boss by default, and then it's just kind of annoying to like figure out where everything is. So just like keep an eye on things. I know that's like not great advice, but this fight isn't designed incredibly well, if I'm being totally honest. Yeah, that's just my honest opinion. So we are going back on Scarlet. Just make sure you have Fire Ninjutsu, which you can tell by the top left corner of the nameplate on the bottom. And then once she gets staggered, you want to change over to Lightning Ninjutsu. Once you do that, go ahead and use a Synergized Windstorm to build up the stagger multiplier. And then toss your Shuriken. That's okay. The Shuriken didn't get tossed, but dealing the damage is way more important. Okay, so after this point, Scarlet is going to reload and change weapons. And then she's going to have 2 Mako cannons. You want to focus these down pretty quick, because they deal a ton of damage. So you want to switch over to... Actually, you know what we're going to do? We're going to build up Yuffie's ATB really quick. And then we are going to synergize a Windstorm on the Mako cannons, just to deal some decent AoE damage. And then we are going to unsynergize here. And then just focus on the left Mako cannon. And we're just going to deal with this really quick. And then I'm actually going to summon Ramuh pretty much right away. Actually, no. Sorry, I'm doing like really great damage here. So let's go ahead and use our Synergized Windstorm. Do it again. And then I'm going to summon Ramuh once I get some more ATB back. So go ahead and unsynergize.
A moment, if you please.
She might be changing. Yeah, okay. So she is now going to pull out the sword and shield. Which is tough to deal with, I won't lie. So once you have the ATB, go ahead and summon Ramuh. This is actually the first time I'm using Ramuh in the walkthrough, so Ramuh is a lot of fun. You want to save up both ATBs for the Circuitous Bolts. So Circuitous Bolts is basically that 4 prong beam that spins around. That's really powerful. Voltaic Lance deals decent damage, but it's just, I don't know, not very strong, I don't think. It's good single target, but because this is a bit of an AoE fight... oh boy. Okay, I gotta get away. Oh, okay, so because Sonon died, Ramuh's automatically gonna use his ultimate ability, which isn't good because we basically just wasted a ton of extra damage that could have come from Ramuh. So now we more or less have to do this ourselves, which, I mean, isn't the end of the world, but just unfortunate. So go ahead and resurrect Mr. Sonon. So we can dodge the rocket launcher, no problem. Oh, God. I'm going to go ahead and use an elixir on Sonon just to kind of hurry this up. I really anticipate needing that much at this stage. So we're focusing on Scarlet again. She's going to go down here in a second. Okay, and then once the Crimson Mare is like that, go ahead and use a Windstorm. Change over to Lightning Ninjutsu. Oh, wonderful. Okay, so with Yuffie, go ahead and use the Limit Break on the Crimson Mare. Don't forget that Sonon also has a Limit Break. It's easy to forget that because you don't actually ever control him. But he certainly does have a Limit Break. Right, so that's a bit of an ultimate attack. Luckily, I was able to dodge it. God damn it. Okay, so when we get Sonon back, he is going to have a Limit Break. Hopefully we can resurrect him really fast. This fight gets a little, like, crazy pretty fast if you're not careful, which I was not. I really was not keeping an eye on health pools at all. Okay, so now that Scarlet's back, go ahead and cast the Limit on the Crimson Mare. And then change over to Lightning Ninjutsu. Actually, let's go ahead and do a Cure. Oh, God. Oh, my God. I can't believe I just blocked that. That was insane. All right. So let's go ahead and get a Lightning Ninjutsu. And then... Oh, God. Nope. Didn't want you to do that. Lock on. Thank you very much. All right. So I'm just going to cast a full banishment onto the Crimson Mare. That should end the fight. There you go. So that is the Crimson Mare. You get a Firebird armlet, you get some SP, you get all the goodies. And then skipping the cutscene, Sonon has gone missing. So we just gotta sort of rescue him. And then these enemies that we're about to fight are pretty interesting. They disappear, and if you attack them with their weakness, which is fire, after they reappear... Actually, I'm almost positive it's fire. I'm just gonna double check here. It might be ice. It is fire, okay. So if you attack them with fire, see he just disappeared? Okay, so if you attack with fire, let's just do a Synergized Windstorm here. Yeah, so these are Deep Ground Soldiers, so let's change over to Fire Ninjutsu. Okay, so when he's reappearing, if you attack them with their weakness, they get staggered almost instantaneously. Oh, God. There you go. He's just sort of standing there taking it at this point. Alright. Cool. So that's that. It'll be another cutscene that we can skip, and then we wind up in a old test chamber. There is a bench in here, though, so go ahead and use that. You want to make sure that if you do not already have any Maiden's Kiss in your inventory, I don't think you could have bought it yet. It may be unique to this vending machine here. You want to buy Maiden's Kiss, and the reason for that is because this boss that we're about to fight can cast Frog on you. So go ahead and max out on those. Go ahead and buy any discounted items that the vending machine has. Okay, wonderful. Cool. And also make sure that you have that ribbon equipped. Otherwise, you're sort of wasting time. All right, cool. So once you're ready, you want to go to the door and try to escape, but that won't work. So you're going to have a cutscene. And then you skip that, and oh my god, we're in the simulator. So these guys are weak to ice. Let's go ahead and bust that out. These unknown entities. You should have fought these in the main adventure. So these guys should be mildly familiar to you. Okay. Really good music in here, though. Alright. So up next, we're going to have a couple of beast enemies, and they don't have a weakness, but because they're animals, you want to use wind to sort of scoop them up. So go ahead and do a synergized windstorm. I might be wasting the ATB here. Nope, got it. Okay, so once they're sort of all up, you want to go ahead and pressure one. Ugh, God. And then just take it out. And then get into your little groove here. Okay, and then do the same synergized windstorm here to pick this one up. And then go ahead and start attacking. And then you're going to stagger it, and it's going to go down. So that is the Zanines. That's how you deal with them. And now we have the boss. So the boss, you want to attack the arm with physical attacks. I'm going to scan it just to be sure, because I can never remember which one is weak to ice or not. Oh, hello. I totally forgot about the Shin Regards. Hello. Yes. These guys are weak to fire. Okay, so now we have the boss. So like I said, I'm going to assess the boss just to see what it is weak to. I know it's weak to ice, but I can't remember if the arm is weak to ice or the other thing, or the actual body. Okay. So we get some cool, like, Genova-style music here, which is fun. Okay, go ahead and scan the Diabolic creation. So severing its right appendage will weaken it and make it susceptible to staggering. When it has enshrouded a portion of its body in mist, attacking that affected area will cause it to counter with an explosion. Okay, so it is weak to ice. So that's really good to know. So go ahead and target the arm. And then once you're ready, go ahead and synergize. Sometimes it disappears, so I was just waiting. Go ahead and synergize Windstorm the right arm. It's going to deal a lot of damage. And then you want to be careful of this ability here, where... Oh, no, never mind. So Tentacle Drill can deal a lot of damage, but that's quite alright. Go ahead and use Synergize Windstorm when it's pressured. You want to build that pressure really fast. Okay, and then change over to Synergize Windstorm again to build up the multiplier. Don't waste your summon at this point. Just gonna incite for the sake of it. Okay, so now that that's done, you want to go after the Projector. And so the Projector does have quite a bit of health, and so this is going to take a few attempts, as you probably guessed. So go ahead and use a Windstorm just to try to build it up a little bit. Yeah, it's going to take like 3 or 4 attempts here, and you just repeat it. But as the Projector summons more and more of these Diabolic creations, you will notice that the spells that it casts get stronger and stronger. So I'm just trying to build this ATB here. Thank you. Synergize Windstorm on the right arm again. See if that'll work this time. Great. So we can go ahead and crush the arm. So Ensnare, it attempts to grab you, which, you know, sucks. And so it'll bind you. Oh god. It'll bind you if you're not careful. But now that... Oh, Jesus, dude. Come on. What's happening? Ugh. come on.
You're just
Okay, so I'm going to sort of take it easy here, and I'm going to just summon... I'm going to resurrect Sonon, just to make things easier on myself. Build up ATB, and then I'll go ahead and cure. Yeah, just to be safe here, just to kind of... Oh, okay, so it ate it? What? How did that just happen? It ate it. So you can run from Firaga. Let me try this again.
seriously?
You know what's funny? I kind of remember this happening. Believe it or not. I don't know what's happening. Yeah, it's like blocking restorative spells. Try it one more time. Nope. So I'm just trying to chip it away. Okay, great. This way we can just get right into the projector. God damn it. So I don't think this is going to kill the projector, but it's going to deal a decent amount of damage to it. Oh my god, it shielded all of that. Okay, now can I cure Sonon, please?
Seriously?
What? Can I use an item on him? Okay, well that's helpful at least. I don't know. Okay, so... God damn, dude. I don't know what's going on in this fight. This is just a mess. So I'm going to go ahead and summon Ramu. Help myself out here. And then I would love to be able to save Judgment Bolt for the projector. Basically, let's just synergize Windstorm on the right arm. Hopefully it sticks around. Okay, great. So that's that. Cast Synergize Windstorm. Okay, we got it. Fantastic. So that's the projector. The projector is the actual boss, not the Diabolic creation. Alright, so this is your final opportunity to do anything, purchase anything. So we're about to fight the final boss. So make sure that you rest up and you level up your weapon with any remaining available points. Alright. And again, just dump it all into attack power. Don't worry about anything else. Attack damage 5%. Oh, okay, that was a better upgrade, I guess. And do the same thing for Sonon. I mean, he's got 30 points to go. ATB charge rate is really, really helpful. And then... I guess let's go with the new Materia slot. Just links them, I guess. Okay. Cool. So, again, this is your final opportunity to do anything you'd like. Still recommend keeping the ribbon on Yuffie. And then once you're ready, go ahead and press the button. So the final boss is Nero. And Nero on normal difficulty really isn't that bad, actually. He has 3 phases, and he will change rooms between each phase. And he has an aerial sort of, he can either be in the air or on the ground. But really what you want to do is once you see the stagger message come up underneath him and his meter starts filling, you want to just rush into him and start doing your synergized windstorm because you want to build up that stagger as quickly as possible. I do not recommend summoning Ramu until the final phase, so just hold it off until you're in the 3rd room. But other than that, the strategy is mostly the same as any other enemy. Just try to build the stagger and move along. I'll explain the abilities as we go, because there are a lot, but none of them are too difficult to deal with. Okay. Great. So, yeah. So what we're going to do is right off the bat, I'm just going to go for Wind Ninjutsu. He's not weak to any elements, but I do find that Wind is helpful for when he's in the air. Just sort of gives reliable damage. So Binding Talons can bind a party member, so you want to be careful of that. And you always want to be very, very mindful of the health bars. God damn. He can sort of like overwhelm you with damage if you're not careful. Okay, so there we go. He's pressured now. Go ahead and use your Synergized Windstorm. Do it again. Just deal as much damage as you can, and then eventually he won't take any more damage. His health bar will sort of cancel out. And then once that happens, he will change phases. So it's going to happen here in a second. Actually, maybe another 5% health. It'll start moving down. Alright, so with that disembowel, I'm actually going to cure. Come on, Nero. Okay. So I guess you just gotta like interrupt his abilities really, and then you'll be able to... Okay, so there we go. We dealt enough damage, changing phases, but I guess you just have to interrupt his abilities and then they'll work a little bit better. You'll be able to stagger him. But you gotta do that by dealing enough damage in one hit, which the throw and retrieve will do if you can land it directly. So here is Nero's second form. You can't skip this, right? No, you cannot. Alright, so as soon as we get out of this, I'm actually going to cure, just because everybody's at about half health. So he's going to cast Haste on himself. It's actually pretty late for him to cast Haste, believe it or not. Alright. So Sweeping Darkness is a really big AoE attack. Dark Torrent is just like this... Oh, wow, I thought I dodged that. Dark Torrent is sort of like a tentacle attack that he has. And then, yep, you can avoid that one pretty easily. The Umbral attack is like a damage over time, which is actually kind of rare for Final Fantasy VII. Remake. Aside from poison, there's really no damage over time. But when you start seeing purple orbs moving into him, he's actually like draining your health a little bit. So that's Umbral Shell. Yep, there you go. But if it connects, it will continue to build and deal tons of damage. Oh boy. All right, so we are going to cure here once Yuffie stands up. So Chaotic Pulsars, it's just tentacles coming out of the ground. You can avoid them, no problem. Jesus, I didn't even see that ability coming. Okay, cool. So he's pressured, so go ahead and synergize. Use your synergize windstorm again. And then do it again. And then maybe we got him. Yes, okay. So now that he's staggered, you want to build up your ATB again. Synergize, use your synergize windstorm. Build up that multiplier again. And then once he's at about 50, we're going to change phases again. Yep, there we go. Okay, so now we're in the final phase. So what we're going to do is we're going to build up 2 ATBs. We're going to summon Ramu, and then we're going to cure. And in this phase, he doesn't gain any new abilities per se, but he does, his wings become attackable. So you want to try to deal AoE damage to him. This way the wings take damage. Oh yeah, sorry, his new ability is a teleport called Spatial Shift. Forgot about that one. Alright, so let me just cure really fast. I'm going to prioritize that. I'm going to build up my ATB again. And then we're going to summon Ramu. Okay, so with Ramu, I'm going to focus more on the AoE abilities. So I'm hopefully going to be able to let Sonon just build his ATB, and then I'll use it myself. So there's Spatial Shift. Salvo. Ooh, hey, how's it going? There we go. I was not expecting any pressure here so soon. So that's Veil of Woe. Veil of Woe can be a little tough to deal with. Oh god, I have no idea where he is. Okay, so go ahead and use Sonon's ATB for Circuitous Bolts. There you go. Some really nice AoE there. Sonon has a limit, so what I'd love to be able to do is stagger him one more time. And then, alright, yeah. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to use both limit breaks at the same time. And then I'm also going to use Circuitous Bolts again. So there we go. Just do a ton of damage to Homeboy. Really fast. Things are going nuts on the screen here. It's all good. It's all good. It's all gravy. This is the way it's supposed to work. Yikes. Okay, so never mind on the synergy. So here comes Judgment Bolt. He hasn't busted out the wings yet, so that's weird. I'm wondering if that's a hard mode only ability? He should just have them. Maybe they come out when he reaches like a certain threshold of HP. There we go. Okay, so here are the wings. It's going to cast Dark Matter. The wings come alive. I was hoping to delay that a little bit. That's okay, though. Alright, so Dark Matter just sort of covers the floor. And then he can now use bigger and badder abilities. Yep, there you go. So, Tenebrous Talons. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am just going to go ahead and use my Windstorms just to try to catch him and stagger him maybe just a little bit. Oh, Jesus. Okay, we both may die here. Okay, so I'm absolutely going to resurrect Sonon here. And then we're going to start using our elixirs. So go ahead and use your elixirs. You can't use items in hard mode, so you may as well just use them now. This is like your last effective time to use them. Alright, I'm going to use a Mega Potion on Yuffie. And then Nero is actually quite low on health. So, don't be afraid to get in there. Oh boy. And deal the last bit of damage. Oh god, he's like... Oh, how did that just happen? Wow, I really thought I dodged that. All right, we got him. Cool, so that is Nero, and I'm going to skip all of this. I will tell you right now, there are some cutscenes that I am not going to show you. They are super spoilery. I think I skipped them, yes. Okay, so once you're done, you'll return to this screen, and you have finished the DLC. That will be obvious to you by the cutscenes you've just watched. So, what you can do now is you can go to System, Chapter Selection, and then choose which chapter you want to do. But you've also unlocked hard mode. And so the numbers in the top right corner represent items that are available to you in hard mode. So the Fort Condor items are the first two. So you have 4 boards, 11 Fort Condor units, and then the third one are manuscripts. And the manuscripts give you 10 SP per manuscript. So there's going to be 10 available for Yuffie, 10 available for Sonon, for 20 total. And then in Chapter 2, there's going to be 4 available for each, 4 for Yuffie, 4 for Sonon. So there is a total of, for each character, 140 SP in manuscripts alone. But what I recommend doing before you even touch hard mode is you want to level up to level 50. And so the best way to do that, and I cannot stress that enough, don't go into hard mode unless you are level 50. It is balanced around max level. It is balanced around not being able to use items. So the best way to do that is to go into Chapter 2, skip the cutscene, and now, like I told you before, the Shinra Combat Simulator will now be available. So we have access to that now. And then, unfortunately, I don't have the EXP up materia. We did not complete that soldier training. So if you don't have that already, just keep playing through Chapter 2 until you get to it again, and then go for it. And then just go back to Chapter Select. You can go to Chapter Select at any time, and then you can come back here and start training. So definitely go get the EXP Plus materia, and then I'm going to show you what to do. So this is like the really cheap strategy for... this is the really cheap strategy for leveling. So you want to have Fire and Magnify materia on, and then if you have EXP Plus, go ahead and use it. You only need 1 EXP Plus. It will attach to both characters. You'll get double the EXP, but have EXP Plus and then Fire and Magnify, and then all you want to do is go to Shinra Combat Challenge 1, which is Shinra Secrets, or Shinra's Dark Secrets. Go ahead and start that up. It costs 300 gil per attempt, but watch this. So you want to start off by casting Fira on a Riot Trooper. And then with Magnify, that'll bounce around and kill the other folks. And as you can see there, I already leveled up. So that's it. That's all you got to do. And then you just want to keep repeating this challenge over and over again. And I recommend restarting. So as soon as you get here, just press start, give up, and that's it. So it's basically going to cost you 300 gil per attempt, but that first section, this one, is like the fastest one to use because this one has the most enemies and takes the least amount of time to complete. And then, yeah, we're probably going to level up again here. If you have EXP Plus, obviously this will go a ton faster. You won't have to do this as many times. But there you go. So that's basically the really cheap leveling strategy, is to do that over and over and over until you reach level 50. Have EXP Plus equipped. It'll go a lot faster. Yeah, so that's it. That is how you quickly level up. And then once you hit level 50, go to Chapter Select, start in Chapter 1, and then get all your manuscripts, and then you can finish leveling up all your weapons. The other thing to note is that 7 of the manuscripts for both Yuffie and Sonon are locked behind Fort Condor. That said, however, since you now have the level 2 Sorcerer board, you can kill all of those Fort Condor opponents super quickly. So you use that same strategy of just zerging them over and over, and you'll be able to bring them down just as quickly as you did before, if not faster. But that's it. That is the Yuffie DLC. That's the full walkthrough. Sorry I couldn't get the soldier training done in this part, but I have a guide for it. That general method will work. I just wasn't doing it as fast as I needed to do it. But that's okay. Yeah, so that's the full walkthrough, both parts. I hope you've enjoyed this. I may go back and do this for the main adventure. I kind of want to replay it just because it's on PS5 and it looks so good. But I don't know. These walkthroughs are kind of long, like 2 hours a piece, and that's a long time. So I may not do it for the full adventure, but I wanted to get it done for the Yuffie DLC. Yeah, so I think that's it. Really appreciate you joining me. Yeah, I guess that's it. Just trying to think if there's anything else to teach you here, but it's only 2-chapter DLC, so it's really not that long. But I hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for joining me. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave a comment. I'll do my best to help you out. If you're looking for more guides for Final Fantasy VII Remake, please subscribe to the channel so you get alerted when new guides go live. If you're interested in supporting the channel monetarily, please consider becoming a channel member by clicking the blue join button below this video. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter and on Twitch, and as always, I'm Sweet Johnny Cage. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.